Madam President, the Chinese New Year began, as you probably know, just a couple of days ago. And I don't know a lot of words in Chinese, but among the words that I have learned is how to say Happy New Year. And this is it's a new year in China. It's a new year for Chinese Americans here in this country as well. And I think it's the way we say Happy New Year is Gong Xi Fai Sai. And so I say that to you, my friend. When the word came out, Madam President, that he had been nominated by the President for this role, I'd say to our friend from Utah, I ran into Max, and he was about to go into an elevator, I think in the Hart Building, and I said, I know the President has nominated you for this, but you can't leave. We need your leadership on tax reform. We need your leadership on SGR fix and doc fix and all these other issues, trade policy. You can't leave now. And he said, well, the President's nominated me. I said, well, I'm going to put a hold on your nomination. And he was about to get in the elevator and go away, and he put his head back out and said, oh, no, you're not. Well, I was tempted to. I was tempted to, because there's a lot you leave at a time. Actually, I think you leave at a time when this place is working better. And I'm encouraged by that. Frankly, I'm encouraged by the relationship that you have kindled with Senator Hatch. I'm encouraged by the relationship that you've kindled with our friend Dave Camp from Michigan over in the House as chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. And really have set an example for the rest of us. It's ironic, the chair of the committee and the ranking member sitting here across the aisle from each other. But the two of them, in terms of providing personal examples, kind of leadership that we do as I do, not as I say, because both of you are terrific at reaching across the aisle, doing what the people sent us here to do, find principled compromises, get things done. And I want to mention, let me just ask, and you can just maybe nod his head, but my recollection is when we took up the issue of whether or not there should be a Medicare prescription drug program that was supported initially by Senator Kennedy and by President George W. Bush. I think in the end, the version of that prevailed was the version I think preferred by President Bush. And my recollection is that Senator Baucus may have gone across the aisle and supported that version of the bill. It took me and probably another 10 or so Democrats with him. Not an easy thing to do. I remember going back to Delaware. I've told them this story before. Went back to Delaware and just held a number of town hall meetings, if you will, on that issue, and just got excoriated, was eviscerated by mostly Democrats. They would come and say, how could you do this? How could you support that prescription drug program, the Medicare Part D program? And I explained I thought it was a principled compromise. I thought it would work. A year later, it's got an 85% approval rating by the people who use it. For 6 or 7 straight years, it still has an 85% approval rating, a little higher than ours. But and if you look at how we're doing in terms of anticipated costs, 7 years under budget. I think 7 consecutive years under budget. When the time came to try to find a compromise on comprehensive health care reform, I remember you didn't just work with 3 of our Republican colleagues on the Finance Committee. I think Senator Grassley, Senator Snowe, Senator Enzi, you didn't just work with them for a couple of days to try to find a principled compromise. You worked with them for weeks, I think months, to try to do that. And ultimately were unsuccessful, but then led us through a difficult markup in committee and here on the floor. And while I know there are reservations and I know there are things in that law that we should tweak and change and make it better, but I think in the end, your leadership will be vindicated. And a lot of Americans, just like we do with the Medicare prescription drug program, are going to say that was the right thing to do, and thank you for the leadership that you've provided. On a personal level, as I would say, as Senator Hatch has said, this is a personal loss to me, and I know to many Democrats and Republicans. But you leave behind a wonderful legacy. And seated behind me, you leave behind a whole lot of people. And they've all brought their resumes. No, not really. 1 or 2 of them may have. But you have a reputation to surround yourself with really good people. I've sought to do that, kind of learn from you and Senator Hatch, but I've always sought to surround myself by people smarter than me. My wife always says, it's not hard to find them. And you've done a great job surrounding yourself by terrific people. They're here today, sitting behind us over on the Republican side, with sitting in the staff up in the galleries. A lot of love here, and I hope you feel it from all of us. And in the Navy, when people pull up their anchor and prepare to sail off into the sunset or the sunrise, whatever the case may be, we always like to say, fair winds and a following sea. Fair winds and a following sea. And that's what I wish to you and to Mel. We're going to miss you here, and but we're really going to miss her. And we hope we'll have an opportunity to see you again and to work with you again. And we hope the same is that we'll have an opportunity to see Mel. We think the world of her. So good luck to both of you. May God bless you.